welcome back. Today we're going to make some absolutely fun things. I've called them chocolate bonbons for the lack of any one name. But basically it is anything tiny that's dipped in chocolate and it's great fun. Okay. So what all do I have here? I have some biscuits. Here I have some Oreos. I have something called Ovomaltine chocolate malt cookies. Okay, and I have some French galettes. I also was planning on buying Marie, but I could not find them yesterday. What else do we have? We have these almond balls that we made last week. We have, what the heck is this? Turkish Delight. Okay, and yesterday I made these peppermint centers for our peppermint patties. So this particular bake-along is inspired by my friend Angela, who lives in the UK and who gets up every time, every single day that I do my bake-along, and sets an alarm, wakes up and is there cheering me on. Thank you, Angela. So I took a shortcut. Angela sent me a recipe which I will share with you guys later, but I took a shortcut to make these peppermint centers. I just used some good quality food grade peppermint oil, white fondant because I have a cartload of fondant at my place, and a little bit of green food coloring. Okay, I mixed as much as I thought was right, and I didn't make these too thick because it tends to be pretty sweet otherwise, and I'm going to be dipping those in dark chocolate. What else do I have? I have some fun sprinkles. Here are this is something called chocolate rock, and I have some white sugar, pearl sugar I think it's called. You can use hundreds and thousands, you can use whatever you want, but remember that will also add sweetness to your finished product. I have these gold rice. Okay, I'm going to use those also on some of them. So I've already dipped a few just to show it to you. Here are 2 Oreos dipped in white chocolate, and here is 1 Oreo dipped in dark chocolate. You've got to also have chocolate, and let me quickly talk about chocolate. Now the simplest thing is to start, when you begin doing this, start with a compound, not a couverture. We will go into that in detail in one of our later lives, but for now just look for white compound, or better still dark compound, because white compound tends to make your bonbons pretty sweet. So my white I'm only going to be using actually to make accents on the dark dipped bonbons. Okay, so get something, get whatever brand you find, get whatever brand you like, and use that. A compound is really simple. You break it up, put it into a glass bowl and pop it into your microwave and heat over maybe 30-second intervals or 1 minute intervals depending on the quantity of chocolate that you are going to work with, and stir all the time, stir in between. Then you will not run the risk of burning the chocolate. Okay, so this is the simplest and quickest way of doing it. And one thing to keep in mind is when you're melting chocolate for the first time, it will melt easily and it really becomes nice and smooth and runny. Now for our dipping purposes, this is a little too runny, so in about 5 to 7 minutes it will start to chill and thicken because of the aircon that's on. Here is some white chocolate. White chocolate is a little more finicky, and this one has been melted for the second time, so it's a little thicker as you can see and a little lumpy, but that's fine. We are not going to do too many with white chocolate today. I'm going to use this actually only to make these decorative elements. Okay, so we're going to start dipping. What can you dip? As I said, you can dip any of these things. You can also dip fruit. Strawberries are particularly nice, partially dipped in chocolate. Maybe you can do dark and then white. That's really lovely. It looks very pretty also. And what are the tools that you use? For the most part, the simplest thing is to use a fork. Because of the fact that it has tines, the excess chocolate will drip off. If you are, a pro with chopsticks, feel free to use these. I will look like a clumsy klutz if I were to do this. Okay. I've also got this little tool, like a spatula, which I will be dipping the biscuits with. And if you don't have anything else, I'm sure you have a cake tester at home. If you don't, you'll have a wooden skewer, I'm sure, and you can use even that to dip your the various centers. Okay, so I'm going to start with the peppermint centers. So I'm going to pop this in here and lift out, and then go tap tap tap. Don't do this too violently, otherwise you will break the glass and you might have a flood of chocolate all over the place. So when the chocolate kind of stops dripping, you quickly move it to your. So normally I would do this with a large tray, and I would line them with parchment. Today, because I can't have large trays on this table, I put smaller, what are these called now? Tart dishes, and we'll do it with that. Remember, all your ingredients ideally should be at room temperature, that is the things that you're planning on dipping, so that it doesn't chill down the chocolate and cause the temperature to go down. You want to keep this as loose as possible for as long as possible. That's when you would be able to dip quite a few things. Yeah. Now I'm going to dip this. Give it a turn. So you can use this. Let me see if I can get it there without dropping anything. Yeah, that looks beautiful. And while the chocolate is wet, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle probably the white, because then you'll be able to see it. Yeah. Can you see that? Let's do another one. Let's dip an Oreo. I'm just giving it a turn in there so that it coats completely. Let me see if I can get it there as quickly as possible without dripping. Yeah, and now let's try some of the gold rice. Now these things look pretty, but really don't add much to the taste. When at a point in time in my life when I was a chocolatier, I used to make a whole lot of Marie biscuits dipped in chocolate. The crunch factor is amazing, and I would put a little Smartie or M&M on top, and children would love these. Okay, so you can try that out. So let's try dipping some of these over Maltine cookies. We'll just flip. Let me get this guy here. Let's try a couple more Oreos. Let's see if I can do two simultaneously. I'm going to leave these plain because we are all adults at home here. Maybe I'll try some of these chocolate rocks. I don't think they need any more chocolate, but I'm going to dip this at the very end because this Turkish Delight is covered with powdered sugar and with cornstarch. And the moment I dip, all that's going to come up into my chocolate. Here are those almond balls in the meantime that we made last week. Let me give it a nice roll. These are those almond balls with the blackberry powder, full of antioxidants. Let me give that a dip. And yeah, Rodlin, bring the camera close to this. Can you see the chocolate beginning to set at the edges? So every once in a while, give it a stir. The chocolate on the sides of the bowl are actually beginning to harden here, right? So to keep this as liquid as possible for as long as possible, you scrape down and you mix. And of course, at some point you'll have to pop it once again into the microwave and warm it up or melt it down a little. Let's do one more of this. So this I can even spear with my, let's try it with this. I'm not sure whether it will stay put because it's such a thin, yeah. Okay, that looks good. And let's do the Turkish Delight now. Let me get as much of the Turkish Delight tends to be pretty sweet, at least the ones that are sold here in Singapore. And so covered with dark chocolate, it becomes really yummy and a lot more palatable. Yeah. So today I know what is what, but when you're dipping a lot of centers and each one is a different one, the idea is for you when you're eating or when you're boxing them, for you to know what is what, is to put a little clue on top. So on top of this, you could put a little rose petal, if that's the theme, or you can put a little dark chocolate line on top of the. Here are peppermint patties, right? So let me do a design on top of them. The peppermint patties are almost set, right? So I can just dip down and do something like this, so that later I know what it is. Something like that. Okay, let's dip these. I don't think we did any of those. So the plainer the cookie, the tastier the end product, because especially with Marie, you don't really realize how plain the cookie is, but the end product is really delicious. Do this entire lot. I love dipping grapes as well, but just make sure that you wash the grapes properly and then wipe everything down thoroughly, because even if a drop of water comes into this melted chocolate, you will have a disaster on your hands. The chocolate will seize and it will become very difficult to get it to a smooth consistency once more. You don't need to dump the chocolate, but you'll have to definitely make something else of it. You will not be able to dip with it. Obviously, when you do this with your kids, make sure that everyone's got an apron on and your surfaces are covered with plastic wrap. So now you can make your own peppermint patties. And these look beautiful when they're boxed and given as gifts to people. You can even do a half peppermint patty. That looks very pretty and people will know what it is. Let's put this here. And let me do a little design on this. What else? We have a couple more biscuits and then we are done. Except that I don't have place. Let me put it here. And my chocolate is also beginning to thicken and harden. Because when the chocolate thickens, you're going to get a thicker coating of chocolate on top of your bonbons. That's not a bad thing, but sometimes it looks a little less pretty than something where the chocolate flows off beautifully. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Okay, now we're done with everything. We've dipped everything that we started off with, and I've got a lot of treats to either give away or to eat myself. Thank you. Thanks. See you next week. Bye bye.